NARYSEC has recently turned 3 years old. On the 1st of September this year, we were 3 years old. What we've achieved is, so far we've recruited close to 14,000 youth, 14,400 youth, and many of them has been through the Department of Defence program. Roughly 6,000 youth have already been through the training in defence. We are busy preparing to graduate between 1,000 and 2,000 youth still this year in the different skills programs that they've been going through. On top of that, we also have roughly 300 youth that is already active in different forms of businesses, either their own businesses or cooperatives. And we have seen a number of youth being awarded contracts to construct low-cost housing, as well as a community hall, a hospital. So there's quite a number of creative projects that is coming up.
When I grew up in Grahamstown, never had the opportunity of being part of a prestigious institution like the Defence Force as a youngster, African. That alone tells you that you're talking about a different South Africa today. Mainly these are youngsters from rural areas who would not have had an opportunity like this. So we are actually making a lot of progress with youngsters in the program.
As I came from a rural area, then there is no development there. So the community just brought us here. Our community is from Valmarsdal. So we just got the land back. So we need to develop it. So we got the skills to develop now.
The training is really helpful and it's really empowering. I feel that if it was possible, every youth after matric should go through something like this, so that because it prepares you for the world out there. It also helps you with cultural diversity. You learn to be one, as we should be one in South Africa. We should be united to improve our country.
I was unemployed, I was sitting at home, so now I've gained skills. Now I'm going to take back what I've learned here to my community.
We have a budget of 508 million rands for the youth this financial year. Now, we never knew that young South Africans from the villages, Nokal, have got the kind of ambition that we take for granted. I asked Wendy Sotet, Wendy, you're already doing work, some businesses. Why do you come to NARYSEC? She says, no, I realized one thing, that I needed to diversify my skills. I looked at NARYSEC, I found they do construction, I wanted to be a constructor. She's a woman, young woman. Here's Wendy Sotet, come in. She came through the programs. She went to the FET colleges, she's a constructor now. This is what happens here. NARYSEC has actually been a school, has become a school for youngsters to demonstrate who they are. And that adds value, even if it is spiritual and cultural for the country. It adds value. It certainly does economically.
The next step for these youth is now to have a short break. They've been away from their families now for close to 4 months, so they will have a week or two leave, and then we will start organizing them to go to further education and training colleges. So either later this year or early next year, they will then start with further education and training programs in these different colleges. These programs could range from construction to agriculture to automotive repair, or programs that are relevant to rural development. There are quite a large number of stakeholders. I think I need to single out firstly the Department of Defence. The second partner is the Department of Higher Education and Training. The third stakeholder that I want to single out is the Development Bank of South Africa. We have a very strong partnership with them. They house a unit which is called the NARYSEC Technical Support Unit. I think the critical component of NARYSEC is, of course, the youth. They are the ones that is actually making NARYSEC what it is. Normally one would have the perception that youth are lazy and just want to lie around. But if you see the amount of energy and effort that goes into youth completing these skills programs, then it is actually remarkable. So I think that is the important component of NARYSEC, is the youth themselves.